We booked a vacation to Spain and we will leave within 2 weeks. And I'm very excited to go there. I went to Spain 2 years ago to visit my friend in Barcelona, but this time I go with my boyfriend, Bas, and we are going to Valencia first. This will be 5 days in the city, and then we will drive to the south of Spain or more to the Alicante area. So it's more south middle. And then we will stay in a cute house with a big garden. It's more a quiet area. So we can fully relax there and enjoy the beach and just, yeah, calm down and rest a lot. So I'm looking forward to this. I was always traveling a lot before my accident, and I just loved it. I love to go to new places, to new cities, to meet new people. I was just so many times just on the road, and this was what I lived for. I worked, saved money, and then traveled again. But after sustaining my concussion, I couldn't travel for such a long time. It was just too much. Even just booking a flight, arranging a hotel or accommodation, going to the airport, being at the airport, flying, everything was so overwhelming that even the thought of trying was too much. And I didn't do that for such a long time. I just couldn't. And I really missed it as well because this was one of my biggest hobbies, one of the things that was really making me happy. And not being able to travel anymore was something, yeah, that I missed the most. And I started trying traveling again after, I think it was 3 years after the accident. And first, it was like a little trip. The flight, it was a flight to Berlin, and from Amsterdam to Berlin, it's only 1 hour. And I have a friend who lives in Berlin, and she has an apartment, and I slept at her place. So this was my first time that I went traveling, that I tried flying again, and it went well. It went okay. I just had to think about a lot of things that I brought to the airport just to help me with the flight and everything. I just, yeah, it was just the first time, and I was very, very happy that it went well. And then the second time was a very long trip because I felt I needed a break, and I went from Amsterdam to Asia. So this was a long flight with one stop, and I went there because I felt like I needed a break. I felt like in Amsterdam there is so much going on, and I felt like I was missing out on so many things. I was in the middle of all the fun things that were happening there, like festivals, my friends continuing their life, and I felt like I was missing out on everything. I couldn't keep up with the social life I had. I felt like I need a break from everything. So I decided to rent out my apartment in Amsterdam and fly. I flew all the way from Amsterdam to Asia and stayed for like 5 months. And this was very relaxing, and I just loved being there. I didn't move that much because I like to stay at one place, and it just gave me so much rest to yeah, to only focus on me and no one else, no, just nothing else. Like, I was there, I didn't have to see anyone if I didn't want to. I had no appointments. It was just me doing what I want. If I want to spend a whole day in bed, I could. If I want to go to the beach, I could go there. It was very relaxing. And right now I'm going with my boyfriend, so we're going to Spain. And I just wanted to share more about the flight and what I always arrange when I have to fly, and just how I organize my vacation and what I do to yeah, to make it a stress free as far as this possible, stress free vacation. And yeah, and how I can enjoy them as much as possible. So I always make sure that I don't go to a city, only a city. I love the combination of a city and a more quiet place, or only a quiet place. This helps me so much, so I don't go home and feel totally overwhelmed by all the city vibes. But if I need to book a flight or everything, and if I have to go to the airport, there are many things that are helping me. So I'm always taking my noise canceling headphones with me. I sometimes use melatonin just to feel more calm, or I mostly use this when I go to a different time zone. For example, if I go to Asia, there is a time difference of 6 or 7 hours, and I use this to adjust to the different time zone. What else do? I take more breaks. I start meditation in the morning before I have to fly, or I do some gentle exercise. I drink so much water to stay hydrated. I take those travel pills sometimes. They makes you less nauseous, and they make you feel a bit more calm. I downloaded many audiobooks or some relaxing music. I bring my neck pillow with me. I bring my sleeping mask with me and earplugs. And also some healthy food, because the food on the airplane isn't that healthy. And I notice a difference when I eat healthy and when I don't. So these are the basic things that I do when I have to catch a flight. And this time we are going 2 weeks to Spain, and first we will stay in Valencia in the city. And I always make sure that I book an accommodation that's not far from the city. So if we are in the city and if I want to take a break, or if I want to go back to the apartment, that I don't need to travel a long way, that I don't need to take public transport to go to the accommodation. Because if you are tired and if you are in the city, you don't want to have to take the public transport or to arrange a lot to go back to the accommodation. You just want to have a short walk, and that's it. So that's what I always do, and I'm happy to pay a bit more for that just to have more rest. And I always make sure that I book something that's I always read a lot of reviews, and there are two things that I think it's very important to notice, that people say, okay, it's a quiet place, because sometimes in the comments you can already read, oh, it's so noisy, or you hear a lot. So I always look for the comments in the reviews, that it's quiet, that I had a good night of sleep, and that the bed is very good. I like a bed that is not too hard, things like this. So the location, if the apartment or the place where you sleep is quiet, and if it has a good bed. And then I make sure, before the accident, I sometimes book 2 nights in the city and already moved on to another place. But right now, I don't like her to hurry, so I book a place that is more, or I book more nights at this place, so I can, yeah, just relax as well, and don't feel like I need to hurry to see everything, or that I don't take breaks because I only have 2 days in the city. So we booked 5 days in the city, which I think is enough. And I'm not a person that I need to see everything in the city to make a list that I have to check off and things like this. No, I am more like, go with the flow. I don't make a planning like, I know on what day we will do this, or the next day we will do that. No, I'm just the person that I go to a city and walk there and see when we are there what we will do. I don't make that the planning, but some people love to make a planning, and it helps them to give more structure. And yeah, so I think we are all different, and for some people it works to have a plan, and for other people it works to not plan that much. And then we will drive. It's a 2-hour drive from Valencia to the south, and this is in Alicante. It's not in the city Alicante, but the province Alicante. And it's a 2-hour drive, and we are at a place, it's like 20 minutes drive to the beach. It's a nice house with a lovely garden and a lovely view. We can see the mountains. We have 2 bedrooms, because sometimes I just need my own place, and I need my own bed sometimes, especially when you're on vacation and you're sleeping in a different bed. I sometimes love to sleep alone because I'm waking up many times, or my boyfriend is moving too much and the bed is not that comfortable as my own bed at home. So we love to book a place that has or two beds or two bedrooms. So that's what we did. So we ever go there and we will stay for 10 more days in the south. And then we will fly back to Antwerp, where we live. And there's a direct flight from Alicante to Antwerp. So that's a great thing. And it's in the afternoon, so we don't have to wake up very early, which is what I like. Yeah, so that is how our vacation will be. So I'm very looking forward to it, and of course I will share more about this when we are there or when we are back. So I think I will share, of course, some Instagram stories. So if you are not following me on Instagram yet, and if you want to follow my vacation, you can go to Instagram and search for the Concussion community, and you will find me there on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's it for now. And of course, I share more when I am back and how it was. And I bet I will have some more tips when we are back, or things that I learned, or yeah, because things are not always going according plan, and yeah, things can go differently. So I will share more about that later on. So for now, I just hope my flight is not delayed or things like this, so we can enjoy everything and don't have that much stress. And yeah, I'm very looking forward to the house in the quiet area where we can relax in the garden and where we can go to the beach and everything. So yeah, I can't wait for that. So I hope my tips or my experience will help other people who are maybe thinking about going on a vacation, or who are already traveling as well. I am very curious about you. I'm curious if you already tried to fly with your concussion, how it went, if you are maybe preparing for it, or willing to try it. I'm just curious about your travel, experiences, or maybe concerns as well. If you have some concerns and want to ask me something about it, please let me know. You can always send me a message on Instagram. Yeah, I think that's it for now. And if you're planning to go on a trip, I should really go for it and try it and see how it goes, because sometimes we think that we can't handle that much, and then it turned out that we can handle so much more than we think. And it always helps me to go on vacation. And when I am back at home after a vacation, I feel so much better sometimes. Like my brain likes new things, that it's just helping healing my brain as well. So yeah, that can be the case as well. And yeah, I encourage everyone to try it if they feel ready. And if you do, I would love to hear your experience. So, wishing you a good day for now. And yeah, I'll see you in my next episode. Thank you for listening to my podcast. I really hope this was helpful for you. If it was, and if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube, would you maybe do one small thing in return? Leave a short review or thumbs up on YouTube. The more reviews this podcast will get, the easier it is for other people to find this podcast and to feel less alone and lost in their journey. Oh, and one last thing. I would love it if you share a helpful episode on Instagram in a post or in a story and tag the Concussion community in it. Or you can always send me a direct message. I love to see who is listening. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time.